Hello. I'm Bobby McFarlane, and I'm a neighbour tosser. And a right good one, too.
Ow.
I think maybe in some contest on TV I may have seen it a long time ago. Not familiar with it here in the neighborhood.
I've seen the games, but they were throwing poles and not people. You know, I'm kind of surprised that he's taken up with throwing the neighbors around, and he looks really strange them flipping through the air.
I've been in the sport for about 16 years or so. I started off and I've really done well. I've gotten lots of awards and I had a great time.
Well, yeah, it was okay at first, and he said, you know, he had kind of a different accent, you know, and he said he's from Scotland, and he said something about getting a lift. The next thing I knew, I was in the pool.
Absolutely fantastic neighbours. And that's what really helps perpetuate the sport.
It's absolutely wonderful until you hit the ground.
The crazy Scotsman. Well, I've lived next door to him for almost 2 to 3 years.
You just don't know what's going to happen or what he might drag you into.
Especially when he has his kilt on and he's kind of, you know, squaring up with you. You're not sure whether he's going to shake your hand or throw you over his shoulder.
No, I really started noticing him probably only about a year ago, and seemed nice enough. You know, he'd wave and say hi to everybody, just like any other neighbor. He wore, you know, his kilt skirt thing a little too much, more than he should have, but you know, that's fine, no big deal.
I had so much success back there that I thought it'd be grand to, you know, branch out, take it out, and get other people involved, get youth involved. And I thought that if I did that I could bring it over here, and it's gained quite a bit of popularity. People think it's fantastic, and you know, the Americans are so health conscious.
They're good with it and they don't mind it, and he's having fun. I'm all for it.
Oh, hey, you Jimmy! Neighbour, I need your help!
I think he was fine with it until he came out the sword. And then when he came out the sword, I think they thought it was going to escalate to something more so than what it actually was. And I think that kind of off-put a lot of people.
Oh no!
Jeez. And I was out working in my yard, trying to fix one of the sprinkler heads, and all of a sudden I hear someone screaming to ask me for help, and then here comes this lunatic with a sword in his hand. So I had to run. That's all I could do.
People wave around, people get out of control when they fly, and you know, that's where the real challenge comes in. That's where you need to, you know, really show your stuff. If you just got a pole or something like that, it just lies there. It doesn't really, it just doesn't have that spark involved.
He approached me, didn't tell me I was going to get tossed. It always seems to be a surprise when he comes up to me. I don't know if that's true for the other neighbors or if he tells them that they're going to be tossed. But you know, he came up to shake my hand and introduce himself, and next thing I know, my bum was on his shoulder and he's sprinting me towards the toss line, and away I go.
We've thought of getting in touch with maybe the telephone company and possibly getting him some poles.
Yeah, for Christmas or something, you know.
Right. Wrapped up nicely, left on his front porch. Could be of assistance.
Yeah,
saving life and limb here.
With a note, leave us alone, throw the pole.
Well, he can be nice if you catch him right.
Depends if he has had his coffee in the morning.
And his toss in the afternoon.
Well, they went way back till I think around the 1200s or sometime around like that. It started off, I think the tale is, there's an Angus B. McFarlane, and this was way back when neighbours weren't quite so as friendly as they are today. And it turns out that one was stealing cattle or something like that, and he came up and he was really upset, so he took his neighbour and he just pitched him. I just sent him off. I sent him off actually way over to the fence. And they thought that was pretty nice. He came up and I couldn't help but to admire the throw. And so when he came up, he thought that was a grand throw, and so it turned into a sport.